Now, this video might come across as me absolutely glazing Blizzard and the team at Overwatch, especially after kind of bad-mouthing Marvel Rivals. You know, I've been kind of critical of it, but honestly, it's just the truth. Overwatch is at the top of their game at the minute, and it's only going to get better in Season 17 with the introduction of map voting, new heroes coming to Stadium, a new map, and a couple of map reworks, alongside the usual hero balance updates and bug fixes here and there. So, without further ado, let's jump into it and dissect this upcoming season, because it looks great. I'm going to start by addressing the elephant in the room, and that's map voting. If you've ever played COD, you'll be familiar with how the system works. Players vote for the map of their choice, and then the game is played on that map that won the vote. Only Overwatch's system works a little bit differently. Whilst in COD, the map with the most votes wins the map choice, Overwatch's system is completely randomized between votes. So it will choose a vote at random rather than the map with the highest amount of votes. For example, if the first map has 3 votes whilst the other has 7 votes, that doesn't mean that the map with 3 votes is completely ruled out of being played. It just has lower odds of being chosen by the system. Personally, I actually really like this system rather than having a 100% guaranteed map choice. It maintains the unexpectedness of what map you're going to play on, whilst also giving you the opportunity to flip that choice by voting for the map that you want to play. I can see why some people might not like it, but I think it's really cool that it isn't working the exact same as map voting works in other games. It keeps you on your toes, and it's unique. Moving on, let's discuss the reworks to the Flashpoint maps, because oh my god, they are great. The main complaint with both of the Flashpoint maps, Supertf and New Junk City, were that they're kind of all over the place and confusing to get around, especially because there's no one order of which point is going to be next. Obviously the first point is always going to be the first point, but after that it just kind of chooses randomly, and it can sometimes be a pain in the ass to get from one point to the other. What the team have done is basically open up the map a lot more and simplified the geometry of the map, making choke points a hell of a lot less difficult to push up into, and those winding paths a lot less confusing and disorienting, meaning you can stay in the fight for longer and get to points a lot easier. They've done all of this without moving line of sight blockers, so there's still a bunch of cover for players to play around. Of course, some cover has been removed, like the gazebo thing from that spawn point in Supertf, but more cover has been added to counter this, whilst also making the map a lot more accessible for mobility-based heroes like Bull and Lucio, because they don't have to wind through the streets or have strange pathing. They can just rush the point from spawn with ease. Now, let's talk about Stadium, because it just keeps getting better and better. He said the title. There's not really much to discuss, but we know that Samoa and a shortened version of Esperanza are being added to the map rotation, which is great. We love more map variety here, but the coolest part is we're getting 3 new heroes added to Stadium. Sigma, Junkrat, and Zenyatta are joining the roster at the start of the season. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone joining in the mid-season update to add more variety, but it's fine because we already know that next season we're getting Winston, Pharah, and Brig, with Tracer being added in the mid-season update of Season 18. Along with these additions, we're going to be able to save and share our builds amongst the community, and there's going to be drives for Stadium at the end of every season, starting next season. The future's looking bright for the game mode, and I can't wait to see it evolve and blossom into the super fun and unique game mode. Okay, we have one more thing to talk about, and that's the new map, Atlas. Atlas is a new Flashpoint map, which is great because I was getting bored of playing Supertf and New Junk City over and over again. Jokes aside, this map is gorgeous. The map is set in Morocco, and the architecture very clearly tells us this. I mean, just look at it.
Perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
I'm hoping that they learned from not only both of the old Flashpoint maps, but the reworks of them too. I can't say much more about the map because obviously I haven't played on it yet, but it looks great and I can't wait to run around like a headless chicken on it. But that just about does it for this video. So, Season 17 looks like it's going to elevate Overwatch again and improve on a lot of the current problems that the game has. Saying that, I don't really think the game has that many problems. Sure, Sojourn and Freya are still stupidly strong, and some of the balancing is questionable at best, but it's not a massive problem like it was a few seasons ago. At the minute, the team at Overwatch are really on their A-game, and I'm excited to see what else they add in the future seasons. All it really took was some competition. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm gonna ask you to subscribe and leave a like on this video, as it lets me know that you've enjoyed it and you want to see more. Finally, have a nice day or night if you're watching this at night, and make sure you check out some of my other videos. Not only will I appreciate it, but you might too.